Hello, good morning and welcome to the Gers TV. My name's Si Leslie. It's a breakfast show. I'm going solo today, guys, so it'll be a shorter show, maybe 10-15 minutes. It's a build-up to the European tie on Thursday night tomorrow. Before I start, just a wee reminder that if you could help us out by sharing and subscribing, you'll see in the corner there, a wee like and a follow. It goes a long way to building the channel, and the more we get on YouTube, the better. However, as we discussed last night on the live show, if you want to watch Gers TV from now on, you can watch us on www.gerstv.co.uk. As soon as you go on the website, right up the top, if we're live, it'll be showing it. You don't need to go on to any other social media platform to watch the Gers TV. And my wee smiling face in the morning, 7 AM, Monday to Friday. So, a few things to talk about. The boy Costa looks as if he could be signing today. He's got to be signed, registered, and in the European team by 10 o'clock tonight to feature tomorrow. And I think Rangers will do the business early doors for that one. It seems to be in the bag. So hopefully we can get him in. And then it's just a big American striker. Whatever comes after that will be a bonus, I think. It's been interesting activity in the transfer window, and you can let us know your thoughts on that. So, chat for this morning I wanted to speak about. It looks like Ben Godfrey's back in the Rangers team quicker than we all thought, or certainly quicker than I thought. And I've spoke about dropping Fernandes, if nothing else, just to give him that boot up the backside and get him back to the form that he had last season. So could we be looking at, in the near future, playing a back three of Godfrey, Sterling, and it's too early in the morning to remember his name, Mantiana, and the new signing from the MLS. So the three of them at the back. Apologies about the pronunciation, I'm no long up. That's the perks of doing the breakfast show. And everybody always comments on things like that. They give a wee message later on saying you made a mistake. I'm tooting I did. So three at the back we're at, and then you've got the Jimmy Penrice signing. I thought he had a great debut, and he probably will be your left back from now. And he looks wing back, and then you've got the boy Costa, who could be on the right. So we went from really being concerned about our defence to a settled defence here, and that's a defence that could drop Fernandes, at least for the short term. It all depends on how good Godfrey will be, I think, and that if you're going to do that three. The other problem you've got, obviously, is that Sterling can only play 2 games. He can't play 3. But it's just a thought, something to talk about, something a wee bit different. Could we change the back three? Could we drop Big Fernandes? It certainly wouldn't do him any damage dropping them. I think at times you need to have... your position needs to be in doubt. You need to play for your place. And if you've got someone who can come in and take over for you and give you a bit up the bum, I don't think that would be a problem for me. That, if anything, that'll give Fernandes a wee opportunity to reevaluate his career with Rangers. Or has his head been turned? You can let me know your thoughts on that. But I would certainly be looking to do that. Have him on the bench, but drop him and go a back three. Hopefully we get this boy in for the European game tomorrow night as well. I think that will take place in the next couple of hours. Early doors, Rangers will get their business done with that, and it'll look a wee bit better. Chabolinik, how do you pronounce the name of this team? We're playing tomorrow night. Chabolinik tomorrow night at Ibrox. Massive game in terms of European football. Can Rangers afford to get knocked out this early? Of all competitions, I would say no. And the balance book, certainly no. So we really need to be on form for that. And I think after the game on Sunday, we're a wee bit more confident. However, the start to the season has been pretty goddamn awful. So I'm hoping that all changes, and I'm hoping it changes soon. Another conversation I've had recently was Nico Raskin with the captain's armband. In my opinion, I think he plays best when he's a captain. And I'm not sure the captaincy suits Shankland. First of all, he's not playing regularly. But more importantly, when he is playing, he's playing far up the park, and it's hard for a captain, Rangers anyway, to be leading the team from there. And the pressure that's on the guy, he's been desperate all his life to sign for Rangers, and then he becomes a captain as well. The fans get frustrated, he gets frustrated, and then a few bad results come in, and there's a real pressure keg starting there. And as long as Nico Raskin's still at the club, I would ask the question, could he potentially be the captain? Because he might be staying. I did think he was leaving, but I don't see any bids coming in for him. And if no bids come in for him, then you've got a midfielder who played in the quarterfinals of the World Cup, and we know what he can do when he's on good form. The biggest problem you've got with him is consistency, but maybe Derek McInnes could be the man to get that. If you remember back, or in my opinion anyway, if you think back to what I would say was Raskin's best spell at Rangers was under Barry Ferguson, who's great friends with Derek. So you could argue that Derek McInnes could be the guy to get Raskin back to playing the way, not just the way he should be, but on a regular basis. And if you could do that, and you don't sell him, I would be suggesting making him the captain instead of Shankland. And that's no slight in Shankland, I just think it would take a lot of pressure off the guy. Ultimately, Shankland needs to start scoring goals, and the less pressure on him for that, the better. Wee comment coming in from Laura, RFC. How you doing, Laura? Nico is a better captain than Shankland, to be fair. I think the armband is a bit too heavy for Shankland. I think Shankland's a bit too heavy for the Rangers team area, Laura, but I know what you mean. No, I agree with it 100%. Shankland's at an age in his career where he's going to struggle to be the fitness levels that we require it maybe are, just through nature. And the pressure on him being the Rangers captain, I don't really think it suited him. So if anybody else has got an opinion on it, let us know. But I would be looking maybe short term using Raskin as a captain, and if we keep Raskin, long term, in an ideal world, people come in and say in an ideal world, Lewis Ferguson. I'm not so sure Lewis Ferguson's going to sign in this transfer window now. I think that boat's starting to sail away from us. We need to start. Two things that I think we need to do quite quickly, well, very quickly. One of them is we need a settled 11 that we're comfortable playing. Definitely need a settled defence. We need to get that defence. That shit show needs to stop now. So I think we need to get a settled 11, and we need to get a settled formation. And I liked the formation on Sunday. I thought that was much better. It suited Rangers better. It was one man up front. And ironically, as Derek McInnes said in his press conference, one man up front scores more goals than two men up front for Rangers this season. Well, that tells you everything you need to know about the formation, I think. A good point, Laura. She's saying I'll just put your comment up on the screen. I'd play the same 11 against the Czechs. I'd play the same 11 against the Czechs 4-3-3. Well, yeah, but they might bring the boy Costa into the team and play him right back. But no, you're probably right with that. They maybe go with the same team and play Costa as a sub if they can get him registered in time, and then maybe bring him on. It's a bit of pressure on the boy to come in that quickly into the team. You might be right with that, Laura. That's a good point. Formation wise, you're saying the same, 4-3-3. I think he needs to stick to a formation. This is a big problem he's got. Having a formation that's changing, players that are changing, and new players coming in with the pressure that you're under with Rangers. It can be, Rangers Supporters Club from Rockingham texting me. I was waiting on the text, but just after this, I knew they're going to be doing new features with Rangers Supporters Clubs at different parts of the world. And that's one of the guys for Australia texting me there. Aye, there's so much happening with the different formations, the different selections, players being off form. Everybody's on form, apart from us, so there's a lot of pressure on Rangers, but McInnes got it right on Sunday, and I'm hoping that he can build on that victory tomorrow night, and then we can start moving forwards, because I was thinking about this at the weekend. There was chat about if we lose against Dunmurn, does Derek McInnes get the sack? Was a chat from a lot of Rangers podcasts and social media. And my thinking behind it is, even if he got beat on Sunday, you'd have to ask yourself the question, with the recruitment that's came in recently and the position that we're in, is there anybody else you would really imagine would do a better job than Derek McInnes just now? been in there, and who really would want to take the job at high standard? So I think Derek McInnes would be the best man to stay in, and he got the victory, and that takes a lot of pressure off him. And getting 5 goals certainly made it so much sweeter. Incidentally, his VAR stopped checking the 5 goals yet because they're probably still looking for them. Just seems a wee bit strange, shall we say, that VAR spend the entire match looking for mistakes with Rangers goals, but they can't see blaring handballs in other games. Just seems a bit strange, but the SFA panel of referees have checked and admitted that they got the decisions wrong in the last couple of weeks again. And guess which team it favours, and guess which team it goes against. No surprises and no prizes for guessing who, because this won't ever change until it's challenged. We comment coming in 4-3-3. We are too open and rigid. Raskin can't play as a 6-0. Wasn't a fan of that. Good comment, Laura. It's good to see you on. You're up early today on help us out with this because I'm on solo. It's normally 2 A's on, so it's good to have your help. Nothing strange about it. It's a distinct pattern. Aye, sorry, Jamie. I was being sarcastic, mate. Sorry, no, Jamie. Who's Jamie? Jamie's the next one. Nico's my captain. Aye, I was being sarcastic, mate, with the comment about strange. If you watch Gers TV on a regular basis, and I've called it out for about 3 seasons constant, so you're right. There's nothing strange about it. It was just I was being ironic. Oh, brilliant. Laura's from New Zealand. Excellent. So what time is it in New Zealand now? I've got your back at 6:15 PM here. Oh, nice one. Well, nice to have people on from different parts of the world, but thanks for that, Laura. Jamie, Callan, Nico's my captain. I think a lot of people, I think there was a wee, because of the way the season ended, everyone probably wanted change from the old guard, which is a fair point. But when you look at the fact that he played well in the World Cup and he might not be leaving, why would you not want him in the team? Put it that way. He's the best midfielder at the club. So it's a good point. Born and bred in East Kilbride, Polo Mint City. Brian, how you doing, mate? We're international today. Brian lives in Berlin. I think you're still there, mate, aren't you? Scottish, though. One of the chosen few. Two-handed push on Raskin was unbelievable. Mate, the decisions are... I could do shows every week talking about how bad the decisions are in Scottish football. There's no surprise that no Scottish referees featured in the World Cup. And the longer this goes on, the worse it will get. It's anytime Rangers score a goal now in Scottish football, you just wait. You can't celebrate, you just wait, knowing that they're going to try and find something to stop it. And some of the decisions that you see, they're literally incredible, and in any other league wouldn't happen. But as I've said before, until Rangers come out and publicly, I know they're doing it privately, but for me, the club should be going out publicly and criticising these decisions and challenging and asking every week for a strong referee and a strong VAR. Until that happens, we're always, the pain punter especially, is going to be affected by it. Good point. I hope it clicks with Derek, and the 4-4-2 doesn't work with this group. I think Derek McInnes has realised that, to be fair. Raymond Whitehead, morning troops, how you doing, mate? I think he's realised the 4-4-2 doesn't seem to work, especially with the strikers that we've got. I'm not convinced on Big Nadiri either, to be honest. Maybe coming on as a sub would be still a feasible role for Nadiri, but he seems to be McInnes' preferred choice now, where obviously the injury that we got last week. I said I wouldn't talk about it anymore, and I'm about to start talking about it again. Let's see what we go here. He didn't even change formation. That tells you something. I think he done exactly what, nothing to me saying it, but exactly what I'm saying just now. I think he tried to go with a set plan, set team, and set formation and keep it, and just to roll with that to see how it went. And to be honest, it worked. They looked really comfortable against St Mirren. The only problem I had with the St Mirren game was lack of concentration for about 10-15 minutes. We badly need to get this out of our heads that when we lose a goal or score an equaliser and think the game's over, we need to get that killer instinct at the club, and we need to get it quickly. By the way, what a goal from Dragonovic. Watched it again last night. What a finish, what a move. All goals were great, and great solo play as well, but special mention to Penrice. It's good comments coming in now, guys. It's appreciated when I get comments coming in, especially when I'm doing the morning show myself, because it's a bit harder sometimes, but it's also hard to get people on in the morning at this time. It's a wee bit different for everything else, and it gives us a chance to chat about the famous first thing in the morning. Nadiri, hard worker and does get in the right areas, but there's something missing, just not the quality needed for a lone striker. I agree with that, but I would also recognise the fact that he looks as if he's bulked up a wee bit in the summer, and he's got the head down, and he's got a great attitude. Maybe Derek sees something that we don't. Listen, the guy's 100% professional, I'll give him that. So hopefully he can prove me wrong. I'm happy with that. Miovski, spoke about it for ages. Don't understand why Miovski doesn't get a chance with the two wingers. I think Miovski would be the best striker available just now in terms of the two wingers, Yokota and Gassama on form. A big supply into the box. I would imagine that Miovski would be the natural goal scorer in there. But again, McInnes might see things in training. It might be attitude. There might be problems. He might just not want to be here. I don't know. So it's interesting. Just catching up with us. He's not a few people saying that, and he's no ideal for the lone striker role. So just a wee reminder, we've got all our lives are now on the channel. You don't need to go into YouTube, Twitter or X. You don't need to go into Facebook groups, anything like that. If you want to watch Gers TV now, you just need to go to our fantastic new website, www.gerstv.co.uk. And we're looking to promote, this is going to be a new thing. Colin's helped me out with this, the Valley Bear. We're going to look at getting Rangers supporters from all over the world and supporting their supporters clubs, supporting their bars and how they watch Rangers, and maybe try and get them some more members and feedback and just a general chat with them. And it works out quite good if I'm doing morning shows at 7, as Laura's just said there, 6:15 in New Zealand just now, PM, so it's not too bad. You probably saw Colin Marr coming on a few times, ex-Rangers player, and he lives in Canada, and it suits him. It's a bit late at night for him, but it suits him more than getting up out of scratch. Come on to a live show. Big Gaz was good during the St Mirren game. Hopefully consistency stays there. That's the problem with wingers. Most wingers don't really have consistency, and when you don't have that, you want a replacement, and Finlay Curtis is more than capable of replacing Gassama on a weekly basis. Yokota, he's just not fully fit yet. That's the problem with Yokota on the right. He just needs games and games and games to get faster and more pace in him. Blowing out his arse the last 10 minutes, last 20 minutes of games, but the talent's here for that boy. He's going to be a bigger signing than I first thought. I thought he would be one for the future, but he's present. And I think Yokota could be a match changer for us. Need to see him in bigger games so far, but we need to get him up to speed on fitness, and we need to do that quite quickly, to be fair. So another 5 minutes all day, guys, about 25 past all day. Should be plenty of time. Let us know where you're watching from, wherever in the world. It's great when you see Rangers supporters, all different parts of the globe, watching the channel, talking about Rangers. It's great to hear different people's opinions as well. Happy if somebody disagrees with me. You get people tell you you're talking nonsense and things like that. They're probably right, to be fair. You need to have a sense of humour and a thick skin when you do this. There's one I missed there. I'm not I missed you. Sorry, pal. He has to play 4-3-3. His job's on the line. Well, I was just saying, maybe it's just before I said that, I don't know if his job is on the line as much as I think a lot of fans thought it. I think Rangers' strategy will be to keep Derek McInnes, because they're going to have to eventually, at some point, and I've said this for 4 managers, bear with me, but we're going to have to at one point stick with a manager for a full season. They gave Gerrard 3 seasons, and I think that they're going to have to stick with McInnes, whatever. But I'd love Derek McInnes to be the guy that proves them all wrong. Just get consistency, start getting victories, and the fans will be right behind you, mate. Excited to see Yokota against Celtic. Laura, mark my words, he will get chopped. I agree with you, but they're allowed to. They've got their own rules, remember. And I would think that they'll probably target Yokota. However, the speed of the boy, you might just be fast enough to get round him. Plenty of comments coming in now. That was quick, went from 8 comments to 3 in a row. Ryan, how you doing, pal? Let me see what you just wrote there. I've not got a Gregory Peck zone, so I need to put everything bigger on the screen. Confirmed Sunday kick-off for the Old Firm Cup game, say. How can we not get the Friday night? Take a guess with that, mate. It would be TV for one, but I maybe think, I don't know with this, I don't know the answer. It would be, I think it would be bigger views if you had it on the TV on a Friday night. I think maybe Bevy in trouble. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about. But I don't know the answer, mate. I don't really know. Scottish football makes daft decisions all the time. They never really cater for the match going fan, that's for sure. I don't really get it, to be honest, why it's always a Sunday now. That's a big thing, isn't it? And that's a comment I made last night. I've spoken about it. A few fans have picked up on it. And Laura's jumping on it. Celtic's allocation should be 40. 10 in the director's box, 40 in the stands. Good morning, born and raised in East Kilbride. Born and raised by E.T. Aye, good one. Next one. I think that was meant to be a joke. Missed the funny part there enough. I think it's good we're getting them at our home before we go to Parkhead. It'll be an exciting exciting week of football, sorry, aye. Laura, that's for sure, but Rangers badly need the wins. They really need to win the game at Ibrox. And the one at Selly Park will take care of itself anyway. Just take that one away. As a Selly supporter, so I'll just take care of it. If it is, they can contact me and tell me if not. The game at Ibrox is a big one. You win that, it puts the pressure on Celtic, I think, for the week after. But it's hard to judge these games, to be honest. No, so this is the point here. Did they ever pay the bill for the destruction? £1 million bill was put in to Celtic for the riots, the damage, the vandalism and the carnage that they caused at the Celtic Shane game that the Scottish media decided to change to the Old Firm Shane game. But anybody that saw it knows what happened. As far as I know, the £1 million bill wasn't paid. And if I'm wrong with that, you can update me on it. But as far as I know, I don't ever remember it being in the papers or anything in the media that it was paid. So if it's not been paid, whatever anybody thinks about the allocation, if it's not being paid, then I would imagine it would be the lowest allocation you could get, because you have to pay the bill. The two clubs have got an agreement. If there's damage, the bill gets paid. So I'm not really sure how that'll work, if there'll be an agreement on the bill. I genuinely don't know, but to answer the question, I don't think the bill's been paid on it. So that would answer the second question, should they get any tickets? A few people saying give no allocation. Can do a full show on this, to be honest, and maybe do that another time. I'm going to finish up at 7:25. I've got a few things I'm going to do today, but we're on the breakfast show every morning, Monday to Friday, and it's usually... I'm waiting on a Provi on Provi ones. I don't know what you mean with that. Anna said during the week, I think you're saying he never paid it. I don't think it's been paid. It would have been documented if the bill was paid, so I don't think it was. I've not seen anywhere that said it's been paid. Aye, so this was the argument that liability was 50,000 under existing SFA arrangements. Well, I've saw the damage that had happened, and there was also, because in pictures going about as well, with it was a lot of the damage had been reported. It's quite bad, so I'm pretty sure Rangers and the SFA, Celtic, and whoever else will be. There's still been talks about that, because if it's not been paid, but they'll need to get something agreed. They'll need to decide how many tickets they're getting, and allow Rangers fans as much time as possible to arrange to get to the game, because the priority for me is as many Rangers fans at Ibrox as possible, and that includes Rangers fans coming from all over the country, all over the world. So they need to get arrangements made and look after the match going fans. I used to sit in the Broom one as well, Laura, in the old days of the Blue Order. It's pretty sad when you saw the damage as well, but it's just these things happen. I suppose when it's an Old Firm game and you're going to allow it to have the whole Broomland Road, we spoke about it on my show before it. It should never have been allowed. I think Rangers were forced into it. A few ex-Rangers players said it would be great. Stuff like I can't understand stuff like that. But as I said, I'll be here ranting and raving all day if I start on that. So Rangers have also withheld money relating to Celtic's away allocation as part of the wide dispute, so they should. Well, they've held the money, but they need to get answers, because Rangers are going to Celtic Park in a couple of weeks as well, so they need to get answers, and they need to get them soon. Guys, I'll be back on tomorrow at 7 again. You can watch us every day of the week, Monday to Friday. Try to get different guests on. Apologies, the last 2 days I've not had guests. And the Tuesday night show, I'm still sometimes up editing at 12 o'clock at night and then back up at 6 to do this. So sometimes struggling with getting the guests on. If you watch this and you think you'd be a good guest, you can contact me and I'll consider getting you on. Obviously, Night Bear Blue Nose, they come on it. A wee reminder, we done my show last night. The live show was Tuesday night, 7 o'clock every week. A policy that we've had for over 10 years now, maybe longer than that, is we never ever do a show at the same time as another Rangers podcast. And that was an unwritten rule with all the podcasts for 10 years. But it seems to be that there's new podcasts and people want to rival each other. I don't think that's the Rangers way. We should be looking after each other and supporting each other. So if I ever see a Rangers podcast on and I'm going to go live, I'll wait till just after they're finished. And we're good friends at Rangers Radio, always respect us for that. And we try and reciprocate that. Sometimes you can be like, so there's an announcement or something. It's a bit different if it's a major news story and everybody's jumping on. But a wee bit I thought, guys, let's get all the Rangers podcasts as big as possible. Let's not try and rival each other. Let's protect each other and make our channels bigger and better and stick together. Support your Rangers supporters clubs. That's another thing. I keep hearing about Rangers clubs might be closing or they're not getting a turn. I heard about my pal Craigie's pub, Bluebell in Tenerife, might not have it next year. So just, guys, you go on holiday, there's a Rangers pub, going to get a couple of pints every day. You get a Rangers bar and wherever you stay, go and support them. Rangers Supporters Club, go and give them the support you can. Go on the bus if you can. Or I don't travel on supporters buses, but I always direct my friends and family that I'm over visiting to kind of go on the buses that I know. So thanks, and you like my dedication. I appreciate that, Laura. I've done this shit on the channel for 15 years now, and we're really pushing it this year the best we can. A big thing for us in the Gers TV this year is going to be the youth team. We're pushing the Rangers Lotto agency, and our coverage of the Rangers youth team will be kicking off from next week, where we'll be doing live reports and after match review videos on the Rangers youth setup and games, and trying to keep the fans a wee bit more updated, and we'll give it our best shot. If anybody's a fan of the ladies game and wants to get involved with Gers TV, you can let me know as well, because we're going to be featuring a lot more of the ladies game, and it takes up a lot of time with the various projects, guys. But listen, everybody that's watched the show this morning, that'll watch it later on and has watched it all week, thank you very much. Everyone that's commented, that makes it so much better for us. It makes my job a bit easier. Thank you very much, guys. Have a lovely day. Hopefully that rain comes off and get to enjoy it. And wherever you're watching from, always remember, win, lose or draw, we are the people.